All right, today I've got a new tool in the shop. This is one I've been wanting to get for a while, and I finally had a project that I needed it, so I went ahead and ordered it for myself. It is the WORX Chopper Mini-Cutter, whatever you want to call it. This tiny little tool is going to allow me to do a lot of projects around the shop, like cut piping, cut metal, just in general, cut little things on the go without having to get out a bigger solution or use a manual hacksaw. So I haven't opened this box yet. I'm going to open it here with you so you can see what's inside. Then we're going to head out to the shop and put it to work on the project that I need help with. So to start with, we've got some instructions here. Pretty standard stuff. I'm going to ignore those, right? Just going to put those over here. Right in this soft pouch, we have the WORX battery charger. Now I already have one of these because I'm a WORX guy, but good to have another one. Then down here, let me just put this on the floor. We've got the WORX 20-volt battery. And I have to say, as I've gotten to know this platform, I've been really impressed with how these WORX batteries have held up. Not only are they well designed, they have 5 LEDs in the back there. I like that you get just a little bit more than the standard 4, but they go into these adapters really easily. Positive lock. Don't know if you could hear that, but they come off really easy as well. Just a nice positive lock. To me, it's the perfect marriage between those big bulky chargers that like DeWalt and Makita use, Milwaukee, and the junky little things that kind of the off-brand here on Amazon tools will use, like with just little plugs. This is a nice positive lock between these connection points and the inside of this battery, locks it on, and you get a good readout on the front. So just a little tiny plug and this, and you're good to go. We'll charge that up before we head out and use this thing. But let's pull the tool out here real quick, and let's go ahead and get the blades out with it because that's all that's left. And we'll get rid of the box. We don't need that box. So here we have the chopper, and I gotta say, this form factor is pretty cool. Now, it looks a little imbalanced without the battery on it. So let's go ahead and get that battery on there. And it's nice how, I did a lot of research on this before I bought it. Oh yeah, that balances things out really nicely. It's nice how the blade is not directly under where my finger is because that makes it harder to see. It's out here on the left, away from my finger, away from everything else. It looks like we have on top, this is your trigger. So the trigger's not underneath. That makes a lot of sense because if you're down here with a trigger, you could run into the workpiece, be exposed to the blade. Your finger's still going to be down there, but you're not going to be working it like crazy. You're going to use this up here. Yeah, there we go. And then here is a little red button. I assume that is what you hold when you are going to be taking the blade on and off. And we do have several blades. Let me go ahead and take this off here so we don't accidentally turn it on again. But we do have several blades inside this cardboard here, I'm assuming for different sizes or different types of materials. And of course, we have our Allen wrench. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blades. It looks like 3 different kinds. These 2 are the same. So these are, it says 80 meters a second metal plastic. So these are metal plastic discs. They're going to mount in here like that. We'll do that in just a minute. This is much thicker. Here we are looking at grinding. Okay, so this is thicker because you're going to be coming at an angle. I didn't think you could use this as a grinder. I guess you could grind on it sideways. And then this, I know what this is just from looking at it. This is a diamond blade, I believe. Let's see. This is tile. Yeah, diamond blade for tile. I don't know if it is a diamond blade. It doesn't say it, but it looks like the diamond blades I have. More abrasive, skinnier, and I actually plan to use this to cut a lot of tile. Just bought a house that I'm going to be renovating a lot on, and this is going to work out well. So let's go ahead and put one of these metal plastic discs in there. That's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this for the first time with you. It has a lock, unlock note there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to hold the red button and I'm going to use this to unlock. There we go. Unlock this little Allen head here. I'm trying to see. Oh yes, this does come off just like that. There we go. So this guard comes off. let's see. It says, don't use that. Guess I'm gonna have to look in the instruction manual to see when you need this because it has a guard underneath. That's pretty interesting. So now we're off, just a little easier to get to this blade. And I'm gonna do this with the, let's see. Yeah, let's do it like that. Oh, sorry. We need to take the Allen screw out. I thought I already had. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it all the way here. There we go. And we're gonna place our blade in here. And it just kind of fits inside this little section here. And then the outer section will go back over it. We're gonna hold our red button because that keeps the blade area from freewheeling or spinning. Now we're going to tighten it down while still holding the red button. There we go. Nice and tight. Double check. Yeah, that's as tight as we can go. Stick our blade guard back on here because this does have quite a, yeah, you can see that's just for changing it. This is not really a guard, gonna keep things off of you. This is the safety guard. Look how much more you're getting covered when you do that. There you go. So now we can load our battery up and we can go take on our project by holding this top button here. Nice. And it's got an interesting action to it. You kind of push this button forward and it flips up. Then when you're done, just pop it back down. You don't have to hold it the whole time like a trigger. So you kind of push down on the front or push it forward rather. Yeah, and when you push down on the front, locks it in. Push down on the back and it comes off. One more time. You can push it forward and then just let it go, or you can push it forward, tilt it up. There you go. And unlock it there. So there's got a lock position and an unlock position. I don't see any speed variance, so there is one speed on here. Yeah, it looks like there's only one speed, and that should probably do what we need to, but look at the form factor. I love how that feels in the hand. It's really well balanced. The motor up front feels balanced with the battery in the back, so there's a nice balance to that. If you take that battery off, you see it's definitely heavy on the front. So let's get out there and put this to work. I've got an annoyance on the bottom of one of my carts where these bolts go down far enough to stop the wheels from moving. So we're going to snip off the end of those bolts. That's actually what I bought this for. Let's get some safety glasses and let's head to the shop. Okay, I thought we'd start with something easy, like a PVC pipe here. I've got this 1-inch PVC pipe, and this is something that I would normally do with a hacksaw, but with a little cutter like this, you can easily use, see we're using the thin cutting blade there. Yeah, that's kind of the technique with this, is you want to plunge down with your first cut and then just kind of turn it. So I'll kind of, now that I've got the hang of it, I'll do another one. Plunge down. There we go, now we can turn. Yeah, and you'll see it's a really nice clean cut. It's very factory looking. Now that I'm getting the technique for it, I think this will be really great for plumbing projects. This really is a time saver. I like the way it cuts. It is ergonomic. You can see I'm covering it in white dust here, but as I'm using it this direction, I can see this is already going to be really great for tile, things like that. Let me give you a different angle so you can just see it from the side. Okay, now that we've got white PVC dust on everything, let's switch out these blades and go from cutting to grinding. This is something that I think is also going to be very, very helpful. We can take this cover off here, put this grinding wheel on, and do a little bit more motion from this direction, which I believe is why this cover is removable. So I'm going to get rid of the battery, and I'm going to go ahead and take this blade off is pretty easy. All you really have to do is break it loose. I'm gonna go ahead and take this cover off since we don't need it. Just unscrewing this, take the blade out. We're gonna put our new grinding wheel in with the washer and the Allen screw on this side. Just get it started with your finger. Then take the Allen key and tighten it down like that. Nice and tight. So now we've got the availability of this whole section for grinding, and this shield is going to keep it away from me. So I'm going to flip over my rolling cart where I have some bolts that are extending down too far and getting in the way of my wheels. We're going to grind the end of those off. And this is the problem child here. You'll see these bolts oftentimes will come in contact with this wheel. They're just a little too long. So I'm going to grind off the top of each one of these bolts so my wheel can turn all the way around without issue. So let's give it a shot right here. Nice. Look how flush that is. Did such a good job so quickly. Oh, I love this. There we go. Mission accomplished. And now for good measure, we're going to do the same thing to these bolts on the other wheel on this side. That's all we need. Now we're clear on all 4 bolts. All right, now that's really the project that I bought this for. That's been bothering me for months, and now it's finally taken care of. And I've got to say, first impressions over a first few projects with this mini cutter, I am super impressed. I love how small it is. I mean, I've got a larger angle grinder that is probably twice this size that I just don't want to pull out for little jobs like this. And it kind of makes me nervous running a bigger disc around tiny little objects like that. This seems to be perfect, and I really can't wait to put it to work on some tile. That seems to be something that it's made for. This ergonomics right here, this angle that it's made to work on is really comfortable if you get the piece down here. Super comfortable on its side as a grinder. I've got to say that really is something that I just bought for one project thinking it'll mainly be a cutter, but I know I'm going to use this grinding things a lot more now that I've got this experience and I know that I can do it quickly and easily. That's probably the best part about a small tool like this. You can pull it out quickly, doesn't take much battery. Now, I threw this on the charger for just a little bit before I started. I'm already down to 2 LEDs, and I think this battery is going to last a while, even though something like a grinder is a little power hungry, but if you're like me and you have other WORX 20 volts, then you can swap out these batteries with your other WORX tools and you can have some backups. I really do like that. Good system, good locking mechanism, good size, good ergonomics. This thing is popular for a reason. Really easy to change out the blades, and I like this locking trigger function. That's probably my favorite part, especially when I'm grinding. I don't have to hold it the whole time. I can get it in there, lock it down, and then click it down when I'm done to turn it off. It's really a pretty quiet little motor because it's just not that big. It can't generate that much noise. So if you are looking for a handy little grinder for projects around the house, in the shop, just to keep things looking good, make your good cuts with PVC, copper, that could be a big one. Little household projects and grinding metal down, I think this could be the one for you. Check this one out for yourself. It is the WORX 20 volt Mini-Cutter. I really think you're gonna like it.